Yo YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy SalvationsElite, and we are back with another video, guys. Hope you guys are having a sick week. It's Monday, but I know for me there's only 2 weeks left in the semester, and it's gonna go by real quick. So I'm looking forward to heading home back to Nebraska, see fam, hang out for Christmas, and hopefully get out a lot of videos. But before we do anything else, as you guys can see, look at the channel. You can see the banner, you can see the profile pic. They're brand new. You go to Twitter, banners new, profile pics new. You go to Facebook, banners new, profile pics new. And that's because Big Head Mode Co. or Big Head Mode Company, and that's because on Twitter, Big Head Mode or at Big Head Mode Co. on Twitter hooked me up with some free new branding for the channel. I literally can't appreciate it enough. I want to show all of his stuff right here. So what you guys are seeing right now is his work, what he's been doing, and I really want to plug him. You guys better go follow him on Twitter. Give him a shout out. Give him a shout out for the new look for the channel. I really do appreciate it. And for real though, his work is really good, as you guys can see with these pictures. So give him a follow, give him a shout out, let him know you appreciate it, and let him feel the SalvationsElite love, because I really do appreciate it. And like I said, this week's gonna be really busy because on Thursday I'm flying down to Dallas for CWL Dallas. Like I said in previous videos, I've been working in Columbus with MLG, actually as like an intern once a week type thing, and they're flying me down to Dallas to actually be a referee for the open bracket. So I'll be down there chilling. Follow me on Twitter if you guys want updates and maybe potentially meet up and hang out. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I have no idea what the schedule is like yet. So there's a lot going on, but nonetheless, let's get right into this video finally, talking about CWL Dallas and predictions for what could happen in pool play and in bracket play. There's already a lot of videos out there about like predictions for pool play specifically, so I kind of want to do more of like a theme type thing where we'll have who I think is the favorite, who I think is the best challenger to the favorite or the second best team, and then we'll do like potential biggest upset, who I think will be the biggest surprise, and who I think will make a surprise run. Then we can talk about the biggest landslide in group play, and then the toughest group. So let's start off with the easy obvious. The favorite is Optic Gaming. At this point, that's not even a question. Scump, Karma, Formal, and Crim, they've been killing it for years now together as the same squad, and they're back on boots on ground, and they're nasty. As you guys have seen in the 2Ks, they've played phenomenal. They're currently the leader in pro points, and they're the #1 seed in the pool play. All of them have a lot of rhythm. They're really comfortable with each other. They're really good at playing these maps and being methodical in search and just killing it and slaying in hardpoint. They got it all. But the thing is, their biggest competitor, I think, is EU, and it's somewhat obvious because EU is the only team that's actually beat Optic in a 2K so far on World War II. But with their roster of silly Arcides, Pristini, and Clayster, I was actually in a lobby with Pristinis in pubs just playing some domination with them a few weeks ago. But even in the past, like on Infinite Warfare, EU was the team that took Optic to the wire every single time, and really only once maybe did Optic really handily take on EU. Otherwise, it was always a struggle near the end, and EU beat them a few times. So I think at the end of the day, EU is the best challenger for Optic and the team that's most likely to beat Optic in the bracket. But I'd be really nervous if I was Optic if EU finishes second in their pool, because potentially you could see EU pretty early on in bracket play. So now on to the biggest surprise. I think the biggest surprise is going to be TK. In a lot of ways, they've already been the biggest surprise though, because in the 2Ks, they played way better than really anybody thought they were going to. But now their roster with Theory, Accuracy, Chino, and Kenny, I think it plays really well, and those guys have a lot of chemistry. I can't say I've watched a ton of their gameplay, but I just get a good vibe from them, and I really do feel like they can make a push in their pool. But that's the thing, is that their pool is pretty easy. I think they can definitely take the cake in their pool, probably between them and Rise. And nonetheless, I think they're going to be in good position heading into the bracket play, and at that point, you can just make a run, win one match, and you're on a roll. And going through winners, falling back into losers, who knows? They can make a run. So I think this one's pretty obvious when it comes to who has the easiest road to bracket play. And I think that's undoubtedly Luminosity. They have Ground Zero, Vitality, and Epsilon in their group, which is definitely not a star-studded group. They really should roll through their group. It's hard to see them not winning all 3 of their matches. And once again, I think the toughest group is pretty obvious. It's Group D. When you have Splyce, EU, Ghost, and EG all in the same group, and it really sucks because that means that one of the big 3 out of Splyce, EU, and EG aren't going to make it into the bracket play, which really is disappointing because I would love to see all 3 of those teams in bracket play. But I'm excited to see what Splyce can do, especially against a team like EU on boots to ground. That's going to be really interesting. And then to see how EG can play in tournament on LAN as a squad of 4, and see how Aches can play on boots to ground in LAN again. Who knows? I'm really looking forward to that. That's probably my favorite group and most exciting group to watch, and it's definitely the group of death. So at the end of the day, my predictions, I have to predict Optic to win. For me personally, it's really hard to imagine a scenario that they're not in the finals. whether they come from losers bracket or winners. Like I said earlier, the most likely scenario for them to end up in losers would be from EU. And at the end of the day, I still would assume that Optic would run the table through losers into the finals. Based off of the 2K performances though, Luminosity definitely can make a run. Like I said, they have a cakewalk through their group. So in brackets, they're going to be able to be in a good position against some weaker teams to make a move in bracket play. If I had to guess, they'll probably end up playing Optic in the winners semifinals. And I can see an Optic versus Luminosity grand final after Luminosity comes back through losers. But a lot of that's up for grabs. I would definitely say Optic's the favorite, Luminosity second. And then at the end of the day, I would probably give EU third. But I would be really tempted to call Rise, maybe even TK, who knows, even Splyce potentially, as that third team. It's really up for grabs right now. Like I said, Group D will decide so much with so many great teams in that group, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I really do enjoy doing these CWL videos. I'm going to do a lot more with the news and predictions and recapping CWL Dallas. Obviously, there will be like a recap, reaction, and predictions going forward. But anyways, guys, as always, I'm your boy SalvationsElite, and we'll see you next time. Once they lose this spawn here, decide, screw that, we're not even going to try to push it anymore. Let's just set up to have a really, really nice hold on this next hill. And this is how these insane shutouts happen, is that teams literally just give up on a hill. It's like, well, what's the point of running it all the way across the map and then just